Welcome back to the Four Rings Inn for another episode of City of Shadows. We have returned to the surface as our players delved deep into the catacombs beneath Asphodel Hill and encountered the Spindlemaiden beneath and gleamed some incredibly important information at only the price of a couple pricks of blood. You know,
It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
My hit points are 16 now. They were at 23 like 4 episodes ago, but
you can't think about that. Can't think about it. But yeah, and lots of information gleamed from the Spindlemaiden, and a secret passage discovered by following the bloody footprints of whatever has escaped the crypts of the Nameless. So, as we return back to the throne room of Caspian Blacksbane himself. Are you ready for a scary story? The bells toll across Thalia. The castle Greywall rumbles as the bell at its steeple rings, reverberating through the castle walls. You count the tolls, and as the 12th toll finishes, you know that midnight has just passed as you creep into the grand throne room of Caspian Blacksbane. You see, to give you the lay of the land, the throne room is obviously well kept and beautiful and pristine. However, it is not like fully decked out for a ball or for visitors. It is at its normal state of regalness. As you come out into the room, to your left is the left wall is entirely made out of stained glass. The pale moonlight seeping through, casting huge, long shadows across the floor of the throne that sits ahead of it. You know that it's too late for Caspian Blacksbane to still be seated at his throne. But the way it is positioned, the shadows that envelop the throne, if someone were to be sitting there, it would be too dark to tell. The right wall.
What about with a passive perception of 20?
Yeah, with a I'm gonna finish the room and let you guys let that sit for a little bit, and then we'll get back to your passive perception. Sure. On the opposite wall, across the grand ballroom, essentially is what this is, are the main doors out of the throne room. You see on both the far wall from you and directly above you are two long balconies that stretch across the whole room for when events are held in this room, with huge banisters of Blacksbane colors and of symbols of the white stag that droop down and hang here still in this windless room. It is quiet now as the bells subside, and on your 20 passive perception, you notice two things. One, you notice on the farthest wall from you, underneath the banister, pretty much directly opposite to where you guys are, there is another still beautifully ornate but smaller door up against the wall, and you note that there is nobody in the throne at this time. Renshor does not know that.
Did we just come out of a door that leads to this stairwell?
Yeah, you
Like, how
look.
is this hidden? How is this
Like,
site
it's not
hidden?
hidden.
You peek and look. It looks like just a panel of the wall that has
Oh, okay.
like shifted out. From your angle, it looked like a door.
Mhm.
And when you turn the handle and pushed out, it just looks like a wall. And you can see there's like ever so faintly a like groove in the wall that you could like slip your fingers in and pull this wall piece out if you knew it was there. But if not, like it still like latches into the wall. You wouldn't accidentally open this if you knew. Yeah, but all of like the chandelier and the sconces on the wall, everything is extinguished. The only light is coming from the moon as it pools in. But yeah, I think only Eleanor has the passive perception to know that there's nobody in that chair.
I said earlier that we must be getting close to the castle. I
Yeah, you were exactly right.
wasn't expecting this close.
Where's the thing we were following?
I guess we just...
Are there any more
Out.
footprints leading into the ballroom?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
I am also looking.
Oh, I rolled a nat 1. I don't even have to look at my sheet. That's a nat 1.
I'm
First
also
roll
looking
today.
for footprints, if that's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Please do.
I think my perception's only a 1. I rolled a 7.
Cool. All three of you do not see any footprints into the room. You imagine that either, especially going up the stairs, you saw the footprints really start to fade. So already they were faded. You also don't know how long it's been since people cleaned in here. And so, depending on how recent those footprints are, it may have been.
Yeah, I'm gonna imagine that the blood just kind of came off his feet before he got in here, before thinking that people just cleaned it up without a question.
Yeah,
I mean,
bloody
they might have
footprints coming from
questioned
the
it.
wall.
They just wouldn't tell us.
I know, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna think about him just walking the blood off before other people finding him. All right, well, we have no idea where he is. He can be anywhere in the castle, and he can be out in the city for all we know.
He could be one of
We
us.
don't know who he is either.
No.
No.
I mean, they
That's
can
great.
be anywhere, but I think we should probably get out of here before we're caught, or we're gonna get in trouble for being in this room.
Yes.
Yeah, actually.
Is there a connection from the throne room to like the pristine chamber, like the Lex chamber, besides like the main entrance?
Yeah, give me a.
I work here.
Yeah, I would say either navigation with advantage or intelligence with advantage.
Oh, that was really good. What the hell? Oh, that's what means that. That is 21.
A 21.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know there is a set of hallways that lead directly from the throne room to the pristine chambers. The only downside is the door that leads to that hallway is directly above you on the banister, like above you. So if you could get up on there, you have a clean shot out.
Are there not stairs to the balcony?
Not to these balconies.
So the guy never goes from the throne room to the pristine meetings?
So you can go
Not the
out.
main door.
You would have, if you're standing up and you want to get down, you would just go down the halls, down the stairs, and into the main doors.
Gotcha.
I guess we head out the main doors and just
Walk
Try
out the
to
front door?
stay hidden. I mean, we have to go out. There's a door over there that we don't know what leads to, or we can try the front doors. No one's gonna know that we were in the catacombs. We'll just get scolded for messing around. in the throne room, but as long as we can get
Mm.
out of here, the closer we
Yeah,
are
I
to
think the front doors wouldn't be too bad. I mean, it's midnight. No one's should really be around in the halls. And if we run into someone, hopefully we'll be close enough to the pristine hallway that we can just say that we were coming from that direction. As long as we don't open these doors and come face to face immediately with someone, we should be okay.
Can I go up to the doors, the main doors, and just listen to see if I can hear a guard on the other side?
Yeah, absolutely. You put your ear to the door. Not even with a roll. You hear two guards chatting right outside this door. They're stationed right here.
So I go back down to the where I left my friends, whisper suitable distance away. There are absolutely guards at that door. We can try this
There's another door.
random door that God told me was across from us, or we can try to levitate up to the balcony because apparently there are not stairs.
Yeah, I mean, are there like tables or like side tables or like dressers or almost like along the walls or something that we can kind of maybe move over to climb onto to climb up to the balcony?
As far as furniture,
Well, I mean, I feel like usually there's like tables with decorations and stuff lining the walls, and I could just hop on one and hop up to the balcony.
yeah. So during like ceremonies or balls, absolutely. This time like of year, no. The room is pretty barren. However,
Okay.
to this banister, there are two pillars that hold up either side that you could try to scale with a good climb check.
Yeah,
Climb?
I could try, but I can't imagine the other two. I don't think Eleanor's going to be able to scale this column.
Also, if we
feel
fall, that'll be
as
loud.
if I am in the negatives in skill of climbing. These heels just really aren't meant for climbing.
The heels, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. I was hoping of something that I can get up on and then maybe like help her up or like reach down, like kind of pull her, but straight climbing a pillar isn't going to happen for the three of us.
Well, Eleanor, would you like go listen at that door and see if that one's open or like free, available?
Yes,
Unguarded.
I will go listen at the god door.
Yes.
I'd imagine
You
it's
saw
like a
it.
kitchen on the other side.
You listen in, and you don't hear any noise coming from this other door.
Well, it might just be one guard though.
If there's someone past, it's going to be more suspicious since we don't know what this leads to, but it's that or go back down through the catacombs. I mean, I have no idea what I'd tell the guards, and there's no way to sneak past them. They're right outside the main door. Or I could probably climb onto Oriana's back if she thinks she can do the climb and Renshor thinks he can do the climb. I cannot do the climb. I feel certain of that.
Let's try this other door.
Okay.
Yeah, you try the door. It is unlocked. Do you guys
Think about that.
if you could open a little bit?
I do.
Yeah.
Trying to be stealthy and looking in.
Yeah.
I'll kind of like lead the charge because I'm really small and my stealth's really good.
Yeah, you peek your head out just enough to kind of see what's going on the other side of this door. This door leads to the pretty much servant passages. So you have like there's a path that leads to the kitchen. There's a path that leads to like the laundry room. There's a path that leads to the servants' quarters. A path that leads to like sanitation and all sorts of like the background things that keep the castle running are all down this way. And so you know that there are probably a handful of people around here, but it's also midnight. Most people are probably asleep. But you do see like the candles are lit throughout this and torches are lit throughout these halls, making them like bright and accessible for servants if they needed to be called at a moment's notice.
So we just have to take these servants' passages to anywhere else.
Yeah.
We'll be all right to be in.
If a servant sees us, they're not going to say anything. We could even just act drunk and they really won't say anything.
I am going to once more pull up my nondescript cloak and try to position myself to not look like someone important.
Yeah.
Renshor, can you do anything for your appearance?
No.
I could give you my cloak if you want.
Half of my goal was to look important, so they don't
Well,
question us.
Why don't you wear Oriana's cloak?
Okay.
I start to unfasten it because
if you want the servants to know, but servants certainly talk. They won't ask questions now, but they will tell everyone. Trust me, that is how I get most of my information from Odette and Gwendolyn.
Okay. I will take the cloak's cloak.
Yep, and I give it to you. And so the cloak, it doesn't cover like all of your outfit. It covers mostly just like the left half, but it does have a good suitable hood to cover your face, and it will cover most of your outfit.
I'm half covered.
But you're kind of half covered. But it's
You
something
can take your coat off, so that way it's just like nondescript sleeves instead of.
I can also like stand in the middle so that my right side is behind someone.
Okay,
Specifically,
so I will, using my skills as a disguise and forgery, try to like fix Renshor's outfit and mine, so that way the three of us look a little more anonymous.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your bonus to your either your disguise or your craft, whatever it's used in?
It is, I think it's just craft because I just have proficiency, but I have proficiency in craft anyways. So
Gotcha. Yeah, what's your craft bonus?
Oh, my bonus? It is +7.
+7. Cool. Excellent. I'm going to say everybody can roll stealth, and you can add on top of what you roll Eleanor's +7 as she like adjusts your stuff and like gets you looking good.
Instead of stealth or on top of our stealth?
On top of what your stealth is, you're going to add Eleanor's 7 because she took the time to dress you guys up.
I mean, I didn't really change my appearance at all. Am I still adding that 7 or no?
Eleanor, do you do anything to help?
I think I still just look like a cloak guard.
Yeah, you just look like a person.
I think she looks like a cloak guard, which was the goal, but that's a 25.
25.
17.
25.
Another 25. Excellent. You guys slip through these halls. Actually, give me a navigation check as you guys go. You're not super familiar with this, but you move through these halls. There's at one point where you see somebody get up from one of the chambers and move down the hall, and you guys are able to stop and just look so inconspicuous that they like their eyes don't even catch you. You move. Yeah, they move like just across the hall at an intersection, and then you guys keep moving. How'd you guys do for navigation?
16.
Very
18.
nice.
I haven't been in the castle often. Like, I don't work at the castle as much as these other guys, but I've been here before, and I rolled a nat 20.
Wow.
Ooh.
The fastest path to get out is what you guys take, and you guys are out and back into like the courtyard of Castle Blacksbane again. That big statue of I don't remember the guy's name. Blacksbane, 2 Blacksbanes ago, the father Blacksbane, Caspian's father. He stands proud in the moonlight of the courtyard, and you guys breathe in a breath of fresh air as you guys have been under the city for the last 2 hours. A little over.
It doesn't smell like dead people up here.
It does not.
Fresh air. That is exactly what I needed. Do we want to walk north to downtown and then send a courier for Julius, or we could walk south through the neighborhoods to just go straight home? It's probably
totally up to you guys.
To go south.
We gotta let Julius know to
I
come back
I
at
would
some
feel
point.
bad leaving Julius up there, but
Well,
if
as
you
soon as we
guys
get
would
home,
like to
I
just
could
go
send
home.
someone.
Are there any like pigeon people outside here in front of the castle?
Do we want
pigeon person?
talk to someone? I think we just walk to downtown. It's not far. Right, John?
Yeah, it would probably take you like 30 minutes tops to walk it. And
Or
that's
we
at
could
a,
talk
that's
to
like at a
someone
leisurely
here.
pace.
It's weird for us to be. I imagine that we're saying this like before we step into the courtyard, but like
Yeah.
when we've got our sights on it.
Yeah.
It's strange to be at the castle courtyard in the middle of the night without our carriage driver. I would certainly give gossip, but it's not scandalizing. There's three of us.
There's 3 of us.
I don't mind walking.
Could
But
we just
that is up
rent
to
one
you
of the
guys.
city carriages? Are they still operating this time?
We just have to get to the city.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think any of the taxi carriages are coming by the castle.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, Eleanor, if you're up for walking a little bit,
Yeah.
get some. The fresh air would probably be nice, honestly, after being out in the catacombs for so long. So we'll clear our minds, take
Walk
a little
past
walk.
the falls. It'll look a lot nicer from above.
Yeah.
We saw some stuff.
That was quite intense. I imagine we're walking. as
Yeah,
we're
you guys are
talking.
going.
Yes.
Eleonore, do you guys believe that he is father or just a third? And the dead guy, Resbin Bonfire, is father.
Who's Resbin Bonfire?
The Spindlemaiden told us that there were 3 people in charge of the cult of Cinderfall. Cock, Resbin Bonfire,
I did it by accident. I'm so sorry.
who's dead,
Oh, yes.
Mother,
yes.
who's a mystery, and then Viscount Eleonore. Though I guess if Hera knew of father, it probably isn't the dead guy.
I don't know. I feel like she was sprinkling in maybe some undead hints.
Yeah, I kind of was picking that up as well, but I think
Change.
father might be undead.
Yes, but she said that he was dead, but that he was unchained, too weak, and old now.
Either way, I don't
Either
think
way.
that Eleonore is father. I do think that Eleonore is a third party here that we did not know about, and now do.
He was at my ball.
Yeah, I spoke with him.
I mean, I think we've all talked to him recently.
Of course. I was just at the library with his fiance.
Oh, yes, she does work there, doesn't she?
They're looking for a snow-touched wedding. I wonder if she knows.
Maybe she means Ash.
Perhaps.
From the Cinder. I don't know. I thought it was funny. Never mind.
Quite know where we go from here, but that was certainly good information. You were right, Oriana, for us to traverse.
Yeah, I mean, we can't really let Eleonore know that we're on to him, but...
Perhaps we should stop saying his name. It's making me uncomfortable.
Okay,
If
Renshor.
there's people around, we will stop saying his.
What about birds around?
But we can still
There are
follow this third party to the locate. Like, he has to be there. He was important enough for the Spindlemaiden to mention as, like, the big 3. The 3 of them are conducting this whole thing, and so he has to be there for this event. So we have a sure way of getting there as long as we can comfortably tail him without getting caught.
We tailed so well last time until we reached the event, and then we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it goes. But I
We're doing
think
this again.
We could also try and we have Hera's cloak still within custody. We could try to find 2 more from Bells of Abundance, so when we tail Eleonore, have a bit more of a disguise. I don't know how much my height will reveal me, but I have larger heels.
Do you think I should start carrying a cloak with me so I don't have to use Oriana's? Oh, here's your cloak back, by the way.
Probably a nice nondescript one like this. This is Julius's, but I could find you another.
Oh, I think I have one at home.
Well, I mean, I
just-
think wearing the red cloaks as we follow the third party is an excellent idea, but hopefully in 3 days' time, we won't have to wear nondescript cloaks out about in the city and be tailing people anymore. Hopefully we can just put an end to all this, stop it before it gets any
Whatever
worse.
this is.
That's
I
the
mean,
goal, is to stop it.
Be done. Of course.
we could just go raid Eleanor's house and put an end to him.
Without if we go disguised and I mean, are we intending to commit murder? Because we can't arrest him.
We
At
can't
least
arrest
not
him.
yet.
But he's making
So-
a poison, and if we, like, you know, cut off a couple fingers, he probably couldn't make the poison, and would likely...
Fingers for fingers. I think
Would-
he probably
would-
has servants
he-
doing the job.
Yeah, but he'd likely be hospitalized for enough days that he wouldn't be able to attend any festivities.
It does seem like the runic casters need their hands a lot to cast. Without hands,
Yeah, I mean, just a couple quick, you know, stabs, slashes.
I mean, I know we can't just go arrest him, but
Almost worse than an assassination. I'm just gonna, like, I don't want to kill him. I just want to stab him a couple times in his sleep. I do not need him to die. I just need to inflict the pain. Oh.
we can't arrest him without any tangible evidence, but maybe we can get, like, maybe the Ash Order can search his home for something, and maybe we can get that evidence, and maybe then we can arrest him, and then if he's not in attendance for whatever the first of Asha is, then maybe it can't happen. If they need him there, if he's a big part of it.
Do you think you could get a warrant to search his house? Or are we breaking in?
I can try. I think
That's
breaking in would be a little bit more dangerous than I would like, especially knowing that he's one of the big three here. And
Oh, yeah. He's probably got good
and probably
guards.
has guards at his keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I can do this legally, I can try.
Yeah, I think that's a great task for tomorrow. We can try to get the cloaks, and you can see if you can get a warrant.
Yeah. And if he is still not in our possession by then we will tail him to the main event.
And then what?
We have time.
We'll know when
have
we
time
get
to
there.
plan.
We have time to plan, and I feel like we'll know when we see it.
We
But
we
there's
have
still
so
3
much.
days.
We have so much information, but no course of action.
The course of action is to get there. Right?
Is it?
Or to be as far away as possible.
I mean, they're planning on destroying the whole city as far away as possible, is leaving all of the city. Leaving the
Do
walls.
we
And?
even know that this is destroy? I mean, I agree with you that this is bad. I just wish we knew what it is that they're planning. I mean, they started this all off by releasing the Nox from Lucille's body with a ritual on the equinox.
Does it make
I
anyone
just-
else uncomfortable we haven't seen any signs of that in, like, days?
Yeah, it probably has grown quite large. Perhaps it left the city.
Perhaps it's filling a room in the catacombs.
I'm glad we didn't enter that one then.
Perhaps we did. Maybe it sent us on a wild goose chase. It can speak.
Oh, you think the Spindlemaiden is the Nox?
Yeah.
But didn't the Spindlemaiden get released specifically last week? And Lockwood discussed that she has been visiting the Spindlemaiden for...
I'm not saying, like, the Spindlemaiden has always been the Nox. I'm saying
Oh, I see.
the Nox ate the
The
Spindlemaiden.
one that you
or-
talked to.
Yeah. Just the Spindlemaiden we talked to was the Nox.
Well, the Nox gave a
feel
lot of
like-
helpful information.
Or we
If that
think
was
it's
the
helpful.
case.
It could have
Perhaps
just
it was
given us
all
3
lies.
names it wants us to track down. Distract us.
I'm just glad if it is the Nox, that it didn't attack and kill us. That's a suitable theory, Renshor. We can keep that in mind, but I think we should still pursue with what we have.
And even if as much information as we got, we have no real reason to believe any of it.
Well,
I have to believe in something in order to stop. I can't just believe that I have
I'm not saying
no
we don't act
information.
on it. I don't think we should get more information before we start maybe stabbing people like I previously suggested.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I agree. I guess I agree with that sentiment that we should get more information before stabbing people.
Cool. Okay.
I
I
also
just wanted to
think-
make sure we were on the same page.
Okay.
We have 3 days until whatever Cinderfall is. We could try to see if we can find and arrest Hamble. You do have a warrant for him, and we know that he was supposed to meet the
wherever that
stable hands.
Rat is.
But he's clearly seemed higher up than Hera, so he might know more. When Cinderfall comes around, Oriana, are you going to alert other members of the Ashen Order to assist? I mean, I want to be involved as possible, but this seems larger than a Count, Viscount, and a newly instated cloak.
Yeah, I mean, I can talk to
Just
J-Bone
something to
about it.
consider.
Something to consider. But I wouldn't want to make too much of a show of too many people. Like, we still have to follow Okanor to know the location, and it'd be tough to then get that location out to everyone else without the whole meeting catching on that there are a bunch of cloaks onto them.
Does the Ashen Order have people who can turn into birds?
Or some magic to communicate from a distance.
Like, perhaps someone else is better at tailing than we are. We don't have a great track record.
I can ask.
For
I
tonight?
don't know anybody, but I can ask.
Let's just rest for tonight. See what we learn tomorrow.
I am tired.
Yeah, at this point you guys make it to the downtown area. Even though it's late at night, there's still a handful of like late night carriage drivers and even like late night like shops or ale houses that are still open that you can flag down somebody to go call either for Julius or for another carriage to take you home.
I think let's just take a carriage home, but I'll also send someone. Though I
Good.
guess Julius could be. He should be at the meet where we told him to be.
Yeah, he's going to be near the Winding Mire. Just kind of going up and down.
But
that street.
didn't we tell him to go to the to the school across the bridge?
Yeah, I mentioned
Oh, yeah.
I mentioned going to the school. I'm not sure if he actually went there, but I did
Yeah,
mention
no,
it.
then that's where he would have been. That's right.
Okay. So I'll just send a courier to tell him that we have found another means home and we're fine.
Cool.
And then we can just take a carriage home.
Excellent. Yeah, you quickly are able to get your own carriage, and they take you back to Tyrval Manor, and they probably go to the Quillen Keep first, drop off the Count, and then
I'll pay as I leave.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Count Eric Quillen. And then they drop off the Tyrval at their house. Tyrval and Lunaris at the Tyrval Manor. The Tyrvals. At Tyrval Manor. You, I presume, all go to sleep and how restful your sleep is up to you after such an eventful night. But you do all get...
Before I go to sleep,
Yes.
I want to just draw out everything that we
Everything?
saw, all the passages.
Yeah.
She's been
Everything?
drawing everything.
I've been
Everything?
collecting evidence, and I will put it all in my bag of holding, which no one can access unless they know what to call for.
There you go. Perfect. You make those drawings and then sketch all the paths of the catacombs out. Renshor and Oriana, anything before long rest?
No, I actually think I go straight to sleep, and I kind of feel like for the first time in a while, I actually get a normal sleep. I feel like I've been itching to go to the Spindlemaiden, get all this information. Everyone had made it out safely. No one was severely injured or anything. And I think for the first time, like, I get like a decent sleep.
Yeah.
I will sleep my full 8 hours.
Your full sleep.
Honestly, maybe 9 or 10.
Nice long sleep in. Renshor, anything on your end?
No, nothing. I just
Perfect.
go to bed, fall asleep, and tired. A lot of walking.
Everybody gets a long rest. As the sun rises, the Renshor, your siphon is replenished of magical energy. All the spell slots come back. And the day of the 28th of Maiar is upon us. Is there anything you guys would like to do prior to the evening ceremony of the last Almera?
Yes.
Cool. Shoot, hit me.
I think, well, first I'll go to work and I'll do
Gotta
some of my
go.
counting.
Gotta clock
duties.
in, for sure.
Of course, gotta clock in. Adjust here, do some familiar stuff, and then I'll probably just stop by the Tierval Manor to see if they want to come with me to check out the Bells of Abundance.
Yeah.
I wake up and I am reading some books. I probably do that for a little bit. I don't know what time you're planning on getting there, Eleonore.
Probably lunchtime or a little later.
Yeah, I
I
don't
went to
do
work
that all
first.
morning. I do other stuff. I'm not sure what, but other things.
Venture's in his room. I can't go down and talk to Oriana, so I'm just gonna hide in my room.
Yeah, Oriana, anything you want to do before noon?
Yes, I would like to write up a letter to Enforcer David.
Now you write a letter.
Yes.
Love that.
Not
Only
to
ever
you,
done.
bitch.
Asking him or writing about that through my own investigation, I've come to believe that is it Viscount
Yep.
Okanor?
Mhm.
Viscount Okanor may be a bigger player in the cult activity than we have formerly believed, and I'm looking to get a warrant to legally search his home before making any arrests. Under that, I would also like to ask if he can arrange for the 2 stable workers that we have in custody. I would probably describe them or refer them to name if I knew them by name.
I don't think you asked their names. You did not.
No, I don't. Yeah, but the 2 stable workers that we had apprehended together, get them on board to see if they would be willing to still attend the meeting with Hambell on our behalf on this time, even if we have to give them some sort of payment to do so, maybe a lighter sentence for being so involved with the cult. Just see what they can do to get the stable workers to still meet with Hambell and then come with us with any information. And I think then the 3 of us or something can spy in on that meeting.
Okay.
Regardless. And then one more thing, to find out when he's speaking to those stable workers, to see if they had in their possession or in their possession at their homes any red cloaks that associate them with the cult, and to take them from their possession and see if there's any way he can get those to me.
Deal. Perfect.
End of letter.
End of letter. Excellent.
There are like 3 big things in there.
Deal. A good letter to Dayborn.
I figured out one of the things I wanted to do too before noon.
Yeah.
I gotta grab my cloak.
Yes. You
A
do.
nondescript cloak.
It's a cloak.
You grab your actually like kind of very descript cloak. But you pick it up, and you see, like, on recognition this time, 100%, it's definitely made out of Sericum. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't it Tiraval purple?
Mm-hmm.
You told me to get a cloak.
Sure.
Is that what you're wearing when Eleanor comes over?
I don't know.
Your house?
How do you transport cloaks? Like, it's big and bulky. Do you just wear it?
So if you wore the cloak, it wouldn't be, like, necessarily, like, out of fashion for Thalia. It would be out of fashion for Renshor. Like, people would be like, oh, like your friends would be like, I have never seen you wear a cloak like that before. But, like, people on the street would just be like, that's a fashion choice by someone who can make fashion choices. And that's...
You leave it in the carriage and make your servant carry it until it's cold enough to warrant it.
That's what you do. I'm not going to be doing that, though.
You can make Julius carry it.
We can stash it with the crossbow.
I'll just wear it.
Excellent. You put on the cloak.
Oh.
And
why do you have to say it like that?
Yeah.
It's about to happen.
Yeah. And you burst into flames.
And it sets off an alarm in the high priest's office. Wee, alert!
What, you didn't expect putting just a cloak on to be dangerous?
No, actually.
You put the cloak on, and as you do, you get a flash of a vision in your mind. Like as soon as you, like, the cloak comes over your body, your eyes, like, if you were doing it where someone's watching, your eyes would glaze over briefly as you are hit with these images. The first thing that flashes over your vision is that single terrifying eye of the depraved that you saw in your attic. Just its eye in front of you, very like Eye of Sauron style, like a flash of its eye. It immediately falls back into that, like, pit of nothingness, at the same way that it tried to, like, it did to you when you were in the attic. It falls away, and as it falls into that endless pit, you can hear, like, the faintest sound of, like, wind whistling through trees and whistling through, like, like the sound of wind whistling through a forest. And as this, the sound and the image flash in front of your eyes in an instant, and then all of a sudden it's gone.
Fuck. Okay.
Give me a insight check as that finishes.
Eight.
As the vision finishes, again, it happens in an instant. The vision is gone. The sound is gone. But the feeling of the eye staring into you still lingers.
What if I take the cloak off?
You take the cloak off, and the feeling subsides.
Okay. Well, the cloak's going back wherever I had it hidden, I guess.
You did feel the benefits of the cloak. I'm trying to remember what those benefits.
Yeah, they're +2 to casting and +2 to stealth.
Yeah, you did feel sneakier and a better caster. Also,
Yeah, I also felt like I was being watched.
yeah, that's true. Also, familiar enchantments to what the Spindlemaiden described doing for some other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll get a different cloak from Eleanore.
It's a
She's
good cloak.
good at procuring cloaks.
So, you guys want to go raid some Bells of Abundance?
Raid?
Well,
What are we doing?
I know that at the Bell of Abundance in Emerald Market is where Hera and Hambel stored their cock cloaks. And so I was thinking...
I did this to myself.
Don't do that.
I was thinking that we could, as we discussed last night, go procure them for ourselves.
Oh, I don't remember talking about that. Yeah, sounds
If we
good.
don't find, I mean, obviously, even if his cloak is in there, that's only one more, which brings us to 2, not 3. We could check some other bells towers out.
Yeah, I mean, I
Okay.
imagine that the other bell tower we already looked through. I mean, I think Harris still had her cloak when she was apprehended, and Hambel has his when he's missing, so unless other people put cloaks in there, I don't think there's going to be any in there. But we can search other bell towers and see if that's a common occurrence for people to hide
We
them.
also know that for a while, Hambel was returning the cloak, and then,
Yeah.
like, we watched him pick it up before.
Yes, I still
everything
think there's a good
happened.
chance. I think there's a real good chance that there's something in there. We should go look.
Worth our time.
Eleanor, could you get me a nondescript cloak?
Of course.
I thought I had one.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it.
I had just commissioned a custom but still looks poor cloak for Julius because I'm using this one. So I can add a second one on there. It is very expensive material, but I asked them to make it look like it's not, so it's still
I mean, we're also
matches.
going towards the market to go search these bells. You can probably just pick
I
one
could-
up on
I'll
the
just,
way.
yeah, I'll just pick one up. That's okay.
The
Are you
idea
sure?
of you going to a tailor and being like, "Can you make this look poor?" is so funny.
That's exactly how she worded it. She went probably to Lockwood or something. Because she wouldn't go to Redvor for this, but she's like, I would like a custom cloak. I want you to engrave Julius's name, but hidden. I want it to be highest material, but it needs to look kind of poor and shabby like this one.
Amazing. Yeah. Oh,
We can
so
pick
funny.
Julius's up today.
Perfect.
Wow, that was very quick. Perfect. Yes, I will pick one up in market. I'm really upset I couldn't find mine. Remember it looking so nice.
Well, perhaps it's better if it looked nice. We want poor looking cloaks, Renshor.
Well, it didn't look extravagant. It had. It looked nice. It just looked nice.
Well,
I liked it.
why don't you let your servants know? They could search the house today.
They got.
Yeah,
more
Renshor, you can let
things
them know
on-
before we go, and then hopefully by the time we get back tonight, they'll find one.
They got more important things to do. It's okay.
I mean, it is their job
That's what you pay them for.
to attend to the home.
Besides, or at least to keep an eye out for it when cleaning. They're already going to be about the manor. If it's simply lost, Renshor.
I believe it's lost in my closet somewhere. There's no need for them to go poking through my clothes.
Okay.
Can I roll insight on Renshor just to see why he's pushing so hard on not looking for this cloak? Just to like pick up that he is pushing hard on against it.
Sure. You can roll whatever you want.
I rolled a 21.
Ooh.
You can tell Renshor is absolutely lying about something.
I just want to like kind of keep pushing that button because I think it's kind of amusing. And I'm not like insulted that he's lying or think anything malicious of it. I'm just Retro, you can just ask them before we leave. Would you like me to call for someone?
Or the one with all the secrets is like, oh, this is fun. We're gonna fuck with this guy.
I just wanted to know that I just wanted to pick up that something was happening here.
No,
Retro, I can call for someone if you'd like.
No, it's really not worth it. I don't necessarily want the servants.
Maybe Castath took it. Maybe it's in Castath's room.
Perhaps, and if he did, he can have it. I as much as I was looking forward to it, I'm going to get a brand new one today, and I'm really excited about that.
It is fun to have a shopping day.
Yes, indeed, I do love shopping days. Except for when we go to really weird game places.
Yeah, we're not gonna go back there.
I might go back there.
I won't go with. We've already had this conversation.
Yes.
All right,
Okay,
let's go find you a new cloak, and let's go see if we can find any special red ones.
Yes.
Deal. Excellent. You guys make your way into town, probably with Julius as a carriage rider, or a carriage driver, excuse me.
I'm on his back.
It's probably
yeah. Takes you in.
It's probably a good thing he didn't shoot the courier we sent to him last night. Like, could you imagine he's just sitting in this dark alley and someone comes up and he's just like, oh!
Ah! Julius has
Our
committed
travels
murder
last night. Were so successful. Thank you for dropping us off at that creepy location.
Oh, of course, Count Quillen. I was glad that you made it out okay. I have to ask, where? I was at the school. I was kind of watched the Winding Mire. I totally missed you guys coming out. When did you guys?
Yeah, we took some weird turns and we got let out somewhere like deeper within Thornley. So I figured it was easier for us to just take a cab home. I was quite tired.
Oh, of course. No, no hard feelings. I
But
was
I
curious.
am sure you did terrific. Dropping us off, no one saw us,
Thank
and
you.
then I'm glad that you made it home safe.
Oh,
as well.
the feeling is mutual, Count Quillen.
Is Darlington follow the river, or were we in Thornley still? Does it follow the wall?
Thornley is above the Avondale Hill.
Yeah,
So Avondale Hill has that wall.
yeah, you guys.
Yeah, so is the castle in Darlington or in Thornley? Oh,
Which one?
Avondale Hill.
Avondale Hill.
Yeah,
With
there's
the
a whole
Avondale
separate region. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Avondale Hill is surrounded by half a wall and then half the river. And
I
it's
see.
up on a hill.
Yeah, if I had seen that label, I would have been less confused.
Yeah.
But I'm just
Oh,
illiterate.
you're good.
The sea.
Yeah, the big C.
No, the big THOR, whatever it's called.
Yeah, the Avondale.
Avondale. AVON.
Okay.
Those letters.
Yeah, you guys went from the Winding Mire to Old Water, which is the pool beneath the falls, and then over to the castle was your route.
Yeah, we
We were in the pool of water beneath the pool of water beneath the falls.
You were in the pool of water beneath the pool of water beneath the falls. Perfect. Yeah. Julius, do you want to go to get your cloaks first, or do you want to go to the bells first? Either is fine.
Whichever we pass
I wanna-
first.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Hit
I'll
me.
just wear one
If
of the
you
red
would
cloaks.
prefer.
No.
Yeah,
If we
go
find
ahead.
a red cloak first, I'll just wear that.
No, we're only.
We're
gonna
not
wear
wearing the red cloaks in
cloak.
public.
I'm sure.
If we find the red cloaks, I think we will store them within the carriage until the proper time.
Mm.
Give me a investigation check as you guys pass some of these bell towers, like the bells of abundance.
Are we all
Nat
doing
20.
that?
Oh my god, that's 2 this episode.
Good.
I know. I had to make up for my first roll being a 1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
I got a 9. Does that help at all? Did that have any positive
Great.
impact?
I feel like it's eclipsed by the nat 20.
Weird.
Yeah.
20's right next to an 8, and I rolled an 8. Does that work?
The same thing. You guys search the Tower of Darlington, and that does not have. You go through, no cloaks in there. You move.
Is there a
across-
pocket to store cloaks?
You don't really find like a spot
Okay.
to store it, but it's also, I mean, the bell tower is full of nooks and crannies. If you were trying to hide a cloak, you figure that there are like you could hide it under the stairs, you could hide it, in one of the closets. Like you could find places to hide things, but there was not like a false floor or like a secret door or anything like that. You make your way to Etherly, and in the bell tower of Etherly, Oriana, you find on the second floor there's like some cupboards and stuff, and within a false bottom to one of the drawers, you find one red cloak.
Whoa.
Nice. We
Slay.
got
And
one to our inventory.
Yep, and it has the all the magical properties that the Spindlemaiden described. I believe it was +1 to magic, +1 to
1 to casting, 1 to stealth.
1 casting, 1 stealth. Yep.
Unless it's
Awesome.
mothers or fathers.
Nope, this one is red.
Actually, we could probably keep them in my bag of holding, because that'll be easier to keep on us.
How much can you put in there?
I don't have that much yet. If John can tell me when it's full.
Yeah, I give the cloak to Eleanore. Yeah, here you go. First cloak.
You
One
guys
down.
find-
And we have the one at the castle already. We just
Yes.
need to secure that.
Absolutely. On
Great looking,
Yes.
Oriana. That's such a good catch.
Yeah, I never would have expected a false bottom.
You didn't find it, Renshor.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that was
Oh.
fantastic. I never would have expected for there to be a false
I
bottom in
see.
the drawer.
I thought you were jesting.
No, never.
Never.
All right.
That
Well,
was a
after
jest.
Etherly is
New Elsport, so we should head to New Elsport, and we can probably find you a cloak there, Renshor.
Yes. 1 red one and 1 purple one.
there you go.
Purple.
Dark purple?
Plum purple,
Almost black.
perchance.
You check the tower in New Elsport, to which you
Mhm.
know there is no. Or you look at the spot where there would be cloaks, and there are still no cloaks in New Elsport.
Did we look for
So,
false bottoms?
You look for more
well,
false bottoms.
I
no
know
false
where they
bottoms.
store it.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
right,
that
we
one.
know this one,
Um,
yeah.
So perhaps Hambell has fled the city, or the fanged occultists caught up with him and he didn't survive the encounter.
Some might say he flew the coop.
One could say.
You make a stop at Lockwood's tailory, and you can pick up. She has your cloak ready for Julius, who is incredibly thankful, and she can quickly commission a cloak for Renshor.
Are you sure you don't want it in this drab, poor gray, Renshor? It really disguises quite well.
But it doesn't match my complexion.
That's fair.
Yeah, but the point is to hide your complexion. We're not looking to see your face in this cloak, right? Like, shouldn't we maybe just buy one off the rack?
Off the rack?
You know, to the point being to blend in.
They can make it look quite poor, even when it's custom made.
I
don't-
can see that.
I don't know that I need all that. That looks like a lot. I guess I'll get one off the rack, but I won't carry it around with me. Do I have
We
to
won't
carry
tell
it?
anyone.
Do I have to carry it around with me?
Do you want it in the bag of holding?
Yes.
That's where I'm storing Julius's as well.
Okay, yes. I will.
The one, his real cloak that he gave to me, not the one I gave back to him. The new one I gave to him.
I mean, I don't want you to be uncomfortable, Renshor, but I mean, the whole point is to not be yourself when you're wearing the cloak.
I mean, I understand. It's different.
Is there a dark purple cloak on the rack?
Yeah, what colors are available?
You have grays, browns, blacks, some like off-whites, and you also would have probably a red, but not like a maroon red, like a more vibrant red.
I've
And I would
never
say, like, a
owned anything
cool
in
blue.
off before. Especially this shade of off-white. What do they call this shade?
Oh, you piece of shit. They call that shade of off-white melted snow.
That's so...
Renshor, I don't think melted snow is going to help you disguise in the shadows.
I'm gonna
I'm
grab
disguising in
off the rack
shadows?
just a black cloak and pay for that, and I will get one for myself as well, just in case I also need full cover. I'm not anticipating needing one,
Yeah.
but if Eleanor, if I can store this in your bag of holding,
Yes, of
we're
course.
not really
And
carrying them anyway.
I tell the attendant, you can put that on the tab with my
I've
custom
already paid for it, Eleanor. I paid for it. It's done.
She's
There's
holding.
no tab.
She's
holding
holding
the money.
the shades, the marks that Oriana has given her, and she's like, Count Quillen,
But it could
would you
go
like?
on my tab.
Okay, and she like goes to hand the marks.
I
back
have
to
walked
Oriana.
away. I have walked away from the counter. I am with Eleanor, who's probably with Renshor, still browsing the racks. I have walked away. She has the money in her hand. I'm not taking it back.
She offers the marks to. I couldn't.
It'll pay for mine.
Okay. Oh, okay. Sure.
Renshor, I didn't want to pay for your cloak. That was for mine.
I whispered to her, just pocket it and charge the cloak to my thing. Take it as a bonus.
Okay. Thank you so much, Count Quillen. And she like kind of sets it on the desk, and then marks you down for 3 cloaks. Then Julius, Renshor, Oriana.
Do they have a gray in like off blue?
Yeah. Lockwood has a lot of colors. She's doing a lot of work for a lot of people.
I'll take that one.
Deal.
We're entering the fall season. Cloaks
Cloaks are
probably,
in. Cloaks are in.
Is it like lined with
looks
anything, or is it just
stunning,
like
Renshor.
one material?
It's probably lined with fur,
Oh,
like a rabbit.
worm. Gotcha. A lot of rabbit.
Renshor, the gray in your cloak, it really brings out the gray of your eyes. That is a wonderful pick.
Thank you. It's a weird compliment. My eyes aren't gray. I don't think they are.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Eleanor's like,
Are they?
I know, like your eyes have been great. No way. Are your eyes really not?
Your eyes
I-
are
Are my
like
eyes
a
gray?
bluish gray, but in most lighting, the blue isn't very prominent, and they come off very like soft.
Yeah.
Baby blue.
Let's see
gray.
what Jake claims his eye color is.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure in the art document it said gray.
Huh, cool.
Pretty
I
sure
do
you
have gray eyes.
specifically
Thank you
asked
then.
gray.
I don't look in the mirror very often.
I think that might have been an Aubrey request for Renshor.
Maybe. In Jake's document, it says eyes and then in parentheses color. So that's
They are definitely gray in the art.
okay. Deal. The art is canon, so that's all that matters. And actually, to be more specific, Renshor's eye color is eyes in parentheses colors glasses eyebrows.
Wait,
All good
on
things.
the updated art document, it says gray Annabeth shade eyes.
There you go.
I did not write that.
Is Annabeth a color or a person?
Annabeth's a person from Percy Jackson.
From Percy
Annabeth
Jackson.
Chase. How dare you?
Annabeth Grey sounds like something that's real.
It does, like Heather Green.
Thank you. Excellent.
Renshor, you really should look into a mirror more often. Your eyes are clearly gray.
Oh, okay, like I said, I don't look in mirrors very often, but I love this cloak. I'm not sure what they call it, but I'm going to call it Annabeth Grey.
I was just gonna say, it is now Annabeth Grey. Yeah, perfect. Anything else in the tailory?
I don't have anything.
Excellent.
No,
Are
I
there
think
wooden
we are
mannequins
all
running
set.
around upstairs?
Cool.
Oh, I'll tell the attendant to let Lockwood know that we delivered the item she gave us.
Excellent. Perfect.
Oh,
She
while
yeah.
we're here.
Yes,
Totally forgot about that.
she says she will.
Were we supposed to tell her?
Yeah, she says
I
Lockwood
don't
is
think
not
we
in.
had to.
She says Lockwood is not in right now, but she will tell her as soon as she comes back.
Where is she?
And she's off on business
Is
in the
she
city.
okay?
You hope so.
She also probably has things to... We're never at her jobs. Well, I am, actually.
You complete your lap around the city, going to the bell towers.
Mhm.
On Oriana's Nat 20, you, even with your best searches, you do not find any more of these red cloaks.
But at least we know we didn't miss any.
The only
We
two
don't know.
bell towers that I'm going to say you did not check, unless the first one, if you would like to, you may, is the bell tower within Asphodel Cathedral. If you would
We
like
already
to check
looked
that.
there.
Yeah, you guys had looked there
It
originally.
was like 5 days ago.
And then the second one is the bell tower atop Castle Greywall. That is much harder to get to.
I know a secret way to get there.
Sure.
Atop.
If you go,
Yeah,
if you
I
go,
don't.
if you go all the way to Thornley and go all the way to the catacombs and come up to the thing, then you can sneak through the throne room up to the
Yeah, the
top.
High Lord might be within the throne room during the
most-
day.
I will
You-
greet him
you-
kindly and ask him to take me to the bell tower. He
Okay.
he had no
Um,
choice but to
That's
comply.
alright. I'm quite small. When we're sneaking in, I can just try to hide between you guys' cloaks.
We could just
And
buy
we're
you
red.
a red. Could we just buy you a red cloak?
That's true. It won't
Like-
be perfect, but
I mean, I also
We
did
don't-
ask Dayborn to see if the stable workers had any red cloaks. So I'm hoping that maybe by this evening tonight or tomorrow morning, he can get back to me and see if they had any in their possession that he could confiscate and give to us to lend.
I think all of those work. So we'll stop back at Lockwood to pick up a red. Actually, I probably own a red cloak. Let's be
Yeah, for sure.
So
It does
I
go
will
with your
plan to wear
aesthetic.
a red cloak and just maybe hide a little bit within their cloaks.
Yeah.
If we can't get another one, we also should stop at. Is the cloak of Hera's at Black Tomb or
Yes,
Ashgate?
Black
Now
Tomb.
that it's been okay.
If you want to try to get that one, it's going to be a persuasion check to convince the guards to let you take evidence out of the evidence locker. And I'll say that Renshor and Oriana, you can help if you would like. The only person who even has the title to attempt this check is Eleonore.
Well, I go with Oriana, then I can try to say it's part of
Yeah,
the investigation and stuff.
Sure.
But I'll do the talking since I can play my count card.
deal. Yeah, you go. You don't actually enter into Black Tomb, but you head down that direction as if you're going beneath the castle. And there's a warden's office off to the side where they keep the evidence. And as soon as you enter, the warden stands up to greet you. Count Eleanor Quillen, it is a pleasure to have you here. What brings you beneath Castle Greywall?
You have a prisoner, Hera Harvester. She is the one who attacked me at the Temple of Ryan.
Yes, yes, her.
Days past.
Yes, I know of her well. They just actually, and he points to papers on his desk. I just signed the court date. Will be, it will be the 3rd of Asha.
On the 6th.
Oh, the 6th. Yes, I apologize.
They
the
moved
6th.
it up?
Nope, it's the 6th. I forgot I gave a date.
Yes, of course. Well, I have been working with Enforcer Dayborn and Cloaked Linares here for this investigation, as obviously it is deeply important to me that matters get resolved. And I was actually wondering if I could borrow, with the Ashen Order, the cloak that she was wearing at the time. I think you have it here in evidence. They would like to do some investigations upon it for its magical properties.
Oh yeah, give me a persuasion check.
Can I give her the help action for just being an Ashen Order guard next to her?
Sure. You have advantage.
That is not the best. One of those rolls was a Eleanor 2.
Oh gosh.
But with my persuasion, it does come up to 16 for the other one.
Ooh, that ties with his role of insight to try to see through any lies. Ties go to the players for skill checks, and so he looks between you and Oriana a couple times before going, "Yes, of course, Count Aquilin. I'll fetch it immediately." And he moves back to the evidence room and comes back with her red cloak, maroon cloak.
Thank you so much. And if you ever see another person in a cloak similar to this, please let us know. We're concerned that Hera was not working alone.
I will be sure to alert the Ashen Order of any concerns. And
Enforcer Dayborn is the one spearheading this.
Dayborn, excellent. I believe he's the one that brought Hera in.
Yes.
Oh, excellent. I will be sure to contact him if we get any more red cloaks in evidence.
Thank you.
It has been a pleasure, Count Aquilin.
As well. Novem bless.
Novem bless. Yeah, and you can add a second maroon cloak.
Second maroon
Nice.
cloak. Okay. Awesome. Is there anything else we wanted to do before the social?
Can I try something?
Yeah.
Can I borrow both of those red cloaks real quick? Eleanor?
Of course, Renshor.
Thank you. I want to put both on
At the same time?
at the same time.
Yeah, you put both of those cloaks on. Oh, that's a good question. Ooh.
I doubt it. How is it? They don't need it tuned, right?
No.
Do magical items typically stack in D&D? Or
I
whatever?
feel like yes.
I kind of think, like, if I had magic armor and a magic sword.
Mm-hmm.
But what if you had two pieces of magical armor? You have like a magical doublet
Same.
and like a magic chest plate.
I think, here's what I'm going to say. You receive the magical benefits of both of them. It does stack. However, you look so ridiculous that you have disadvantage on all charisma checks. Because you look wacky. You're wearing a cloak, like, stuffed on top of another cloak. You look ridiculous.
It's probably also tougher to move.
You look...
The internet says no, that if it's the same item, it doesn't stack. But it is up to you for goofiness.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that you can get away with it, but you cannot. Yeah, you have disadvantage on all charisma checks.
All we need is like 10 more of these, and we could have
We can
one.
collect all 12.
We could have one super soldier.
That would be quite heavy. I don't think I could carry them.
I volunteer.
12 winter cloaks.
12 winter cloaks.
Oh, that's ridiculous. That's such a funny question.
I take the cloaks off. Thank you. I was curious exactly how the Seracum was magically
Of course.
enchanted.
That was so smart of you to test that out. I'm glad we know that.
That felt insincere.
I don't know why you think that my
I bet now
compliments
there's
are-
going to be one guy at the ceremony that now is wearing 2 cloaks instead of 1. All because of this interaction.
Every villain that you have that I'm gonna put in, they're actually wearing full plate armor on top of full plate armor. The AC is through the roof.
I cannot walk a single step, but I do have small, medium, and large plate armor on, so you cannot land a hit. I need to be carried.
You're essentially like
an
in a mech suit.
exoskeleton.
You're in like a mech suit of full plate.
Drop my dexterity down to 0.
You cannot move, you cannot attack, but you also cannot be hit.
That cannot be
But
it.
if you're a spellcaster and you just have like verbal spell components, you can still talk.
Yeah.
Position me, wheel me around, and I shall cast my spells.
Oh my god.
That's so funny. All that made me think of is like playing Skyrim, where you have so much in your inventory that you can't move, but you're still using like that shout ability, and so you're still like casting magic at people. Oh, that's so funny.
What monstrosity have we created?
You've created, specifically.
Yeah,
No,
we did that.
Renshor, I think that this is truly brilliant. The uses are endless.
Especially if we could get like the more powerful cloaks like that mother and
Of
father
course.
have. Imagine what we could do.
Oh, lovely.
We'd be invisible.
Did you say invincible or invisible? I think they might see us if we're wearing
The
12
stealth
cloaks.
is so high.
The stealth is so high. No one would see us.
At what point does the turtle back shell of cloaks hurt your
Cloak.
stealth as well as
Just
the charisma?
hoods on top of hoods on top. It's a stack of hoods.
They shall never see my pink hair. I am the princess with the 12 mattresses, but it's actually 12 cloaks.
It's actually 12 hoods. That's absurd. Ugh.
13
Excellent.
if we find my purple one.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
After like 3, you're really stretching it to get that clip to
That's what
fastener
brooches
to
are
come
for.
together. Yeah.
You just get some extra strength.
You have the fastener way out here, and there's a piece of string tying it together. Oh, it's so ugly. That's awesome. Cool. Any more events for the day before we get to the last Almera?
I think we're good.
All right. In that case, we're gonna take a quick break before we do the first of Almera. Really, I'm gonna hash out the math on how many cloaks one person can wear at a time, and we will be right back with more City of Shadows.
Every person in this room has the perfect motive for murder.
You killed me!
Ugh.
One of you killed me!
Ugh.
And only one of these suspects is the murderer.
That is hideous. And unfortunate.
Is it the jealous younger brother Gilbert?
Whoever did it, we don't care anymore. Just let us know.
Or the ditzy daughter-in-law Charlotte?
Somehow I have another glass of wine and I'm gonna chuck the glass at him.
Or did the butler do it?
I had no disdain for the mistress.
Four Rings Inn invites you to an evening of mystery,
One of you tried to kill me. One of you succeeded.
murder, and madness.
And now I'm gonna repay the favor.
The haunting of Siren Manor.
bells toll throughout Thalia. And you should toll that subscribe bell down below. Not only does it help Four Rings in so much, but it will also keep you up to date with the terrifying tales of City of Shadows. If you think this campaign is cool, make sure that you check out Insight, the show where we get the inside scoop on our characters and the world of our campaign, as well as the exciting and hilarious one-shots we have run by our very own Aubrey. It has been such an honor to share with you our homebrew world of Ethereum and tell stories of adventure, mystery, and horror together. Now, without further ado, back to City of Shadows. We return to City of Shadows as the Counts and Viscounts gather around the Temple of Volsair in Asphodel Square for the last Aumera, a ceremony of Volsair. As you enter the temple, servants of the Caldwells, who are putting on the after part of the social after, are handing each family as they enter a wicker basket of fruit and flowers that are to be used as an offering during the ceremony. So each family gets one of these baskets as you enter into the Temple of Volsair. The temple is a open-air ring of 6 marble columns with a large marble dais in the center. The dais is large enough to hold a lit fire for the offerings, as well as enough space to walk around it. Leafy vines wrap around the pillars and the stone structures that complete the outer circle, and the ground within the ring is worn from heavy foot tread of dirt and gravel. The outdoor temple of Volsair is different from the other temples of the Ascended of Thalia, or of House Blacksbane, or of Calidor. As Volsair is a Ascended of the hunt, and more importantly, of survival. The elements are exposed here, and that is on purpose. As when worship in the Temple of Volsair happens, it is meant to be, to some degree, uncomfortable, to remind people how we live in the pleasures of our houses and our civilization, but our ancestors survived these elements, and so we must always be prepared to do the same. As ever, the Counts and Viscounts file in, the Counts take up one portion of the ring, while the Viscounts are kind of separated on the other side and kind of stick together in their own cliques. Eleonore, you see that the Quillins are flanked by the Fairchilds and the... who did I say? The Fairchilds and the Bentleys flank you on either side. And Renshors, you and your father, and Kazdeth this time, enter in. You see your families are flanked by the Merwoods and the Okanors stand beside you. As it is just Rickard Okanor and his fiancée, Juliet.
Is he the one I want to stab?
He is the one you
I
want to
don't.
stab.
Okay, I don't have a first name. I just wrote Okanor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
One and only.
Do I want to kill him?
No, I just...
Yeah. File in. Oriana, you also notice in the crowd coming in, not a Count or a Viscount, but you notice that Elda is present as one of the only non-counts and viscounts in part of this ceremony, aside from yourself, of course.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's also the daughter of the scion of Asphodel Square, so it makes sense that she's also here.
For sure.
There's probably also other guards than Oriana attending.
Yes, there are a handful of Ashen Order. I mean, this is more of a private event. You know that every temple of Volsair in the city is doing ceremonies throughout the day. This one is reserved for the lords, ladies, and lieges of Thalia. You see, as everybody kind of finds their place, stepping up to the dais in green and brown robes, really standing out against his like dark red skin and thick black horns. High Priest Ilion takes the dais, looks out onto the crowd, and says, "Good evening, all. I know that this ceremony is usually run by Scion Lunaris, but as he is away serving under the Queen in Valdor, I have the honor and pleasure of hosting tonight's service." He looks around the room and extends his hands, and vibrant blue flames extend from his fingertips and catch ablaze the fire pit in the center. He turns around the room and speaks. "Ascended Volsair, we call to you with our beacon of sacrifice." And then makes a motion to the Caldwell family, who step up with with their offering. And you see, one at a time, each family steps up to the dais, pouring in their offering, each to be turned into sweet smoke consumed by the divine flames. While waiting for the other families as they go around the circle to cast their offering, Ilion encourages the congregation to take a few moments, clear your mind of distractions and focus. Pray for guidance and strength for the coming winter. Request the Ascended's help in navigating the challenges of the harvest season. The counts place their offering in the middle. Eleanor, your family, you and your parents get up, step up onto the dais, place your fruits and flowers, and they ignite in flames. Before you step back, it comes around the room. When it reaches the Tyrvalds, Oriana, are you stepping up with the Tyrval family, or are you letting the three go up by themselves?
I think I am behind the families enough that I am like close to the Tyrval family, but I do not think I am within the ring, and so I do not step up. Don't want to be in the middle of the crowd. I would like to be behind the crowd.
Deal.
So I'm just trying to induce gossip.
That's true. The Tyrval offering burns into smoke, and eventually everybody, the longest part of the ceremony is everybody burning these offerings. Only after all of the offerings have been given does High Priest Ilion take the dais once more and begin the sermon of Volsair. He has a particular emphasis on patience and commitment to the survival of the community, often at the price of self-sacrifice. Thank you all for attending the worship of the last Almera. May Volsair and the Novem grant you a plentiful harvest, and may you enjoy your evening at the High Parlor, graciously hosted by Count Caldwell and his family. Have a blessed evening. May the Novam bless you all. And he takes a bow to everyone present, and then extinguishes the fire ahead. Turns, and with the ardents come up, clean the ashes, and only once the dais is clean again and the high priest and the ardents step away do people begin to file out and move to the carriages, which will take everybody to the high parlor, only just a district away. Is there anything you would like to do as everybody begins to shuffle out into the towards the carriages?
I will, as people are moving out of the circle, and as the Tiraval family is moving, really quickly before they get too far, I will go up to the unlit dais and throw some shade marks into it, and then walk back to meet with the Tiravals.
Yeah, absolutely.
As we're shuffling out of our circles, I want to grab Okinore's attention.
Sure. Yeah. You see he is also a gnome, so he looks up to you, goes, yes, Herr Tyrvald, it was a lovely ceremony, wasn't it?
Yes, I truly enjoy when they're short, sweet, and to the point.
That was certainly not short and sweet, but it was to the point.
I believe, Ricard, we have some business to work out.
Oh, do we? Oh, yes.
Yes, I know we're on our way to the social. I assume you're going as well.
I unfortunately have much business to attend to tonight. We will maybe make a quick stop in later, but I must get back to my work.
Well, perhaps I could meet you later this evening. Could we meet somewhere? I mean, it can be quick.
Oh, what is the reason of the meeting? I'm so sorry. I wish not to not give you the time of day, as they say. I'm horribly busy coming into Asha. Much to do in the world of paper.
Indeed. I believe we may have some similar interests coming into Asha here.
Oh, is that so?
And I think I could be of assistance to you.
Oh, yes, that would I would love assistance. Yes. When would you like to meet?
How about we meet in a neutral location? This evening, the bridge right here by the Asphodel over the river. We'll meet at the bridge.
Yes. Yes, we could. We may be able to. Yes. I can make time to meet. Would you like me to bring any paperwork or?
No, I don't think we'll need any paperwork. I think we can work it out. Vocal agreements.
Excellent. Yes. Sure. Excellent. Yeah. We can meet. You said later this evening after the.
Yes. How's 11 o'clock sound?
11 sounds excellent. Yes.
Perfect. I will see you then.
Yes, absolutely. It will be a pleasure to have some help going into the first of Asha. Thank you. And you see, as you kind of make your way out of the temple, he and Juliet, he takes her hand and they move towards their carriage.
Renshor, did you do that while I was at the dais, or did I come back to this conversation at all?
It might have started before you, like as you were leaving the group. I was kind of starting to talk with him, but it probably was over before you got back.
Okay.
Cool.
So I saw you talking to him, but I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
John, that was a roll you just made.
Well. What?
John made a roll.
He did make a roll. He's rolling over there.
I'm rolling.
I'm actually... Fuck, I guess... I will seek you guys out at the party. I realized I probably rode with my parents in their carriage, so I can't...
Yeah.
Yeah.
As everybody separates, Oriana, your passive perception is just able to catch somebody slip something into your cloak as everybody kind of splits away into
What the fuck is happening here?
Into everyone goes back to their carriages. You like just beat it, so you're not able to tell who it was, but you feel something slip into your cloak.
Okay, I don't react until I get back into the Tyrval carriage, and then only then will I'll put my hand in the pocket and just feel what it is first. I'm not gonna pull anything out, but like, can I tell? Like, is it paper? Is it something like what is in my pocket without looking?
It feels like a folded piece of paper.
Okay. I'm not going to open it while I'm in the carriage. I'm going to wait for us to arrive at our destination, and then once Arthas steps out and the rest of the Tyrval family, when the moment seems appropriate, then I'll open it.
Yeah. The carriages all arrive to the high parlor. The counts and viscounts begin to enter and mingle for the most part. The viscounts are kind of stay separate from the counts, but they're all in the same general area, mingling. The entire high parlor has been bought out by the Caldwells for the evening. It is a private event. They're serving food, they're serving drinks. There is bards playing music for the parlor. And yeah, as everyone comes in, you get to read the letter. I'm going to send you what it says, and you can read it.
Oriana, I also love you. I know Renshor writes you letters, so I thought perhaps this is how we score a sign of suitor.
That would be very funny.
Ooh, I would like to make my way towards the Tyrval carriage because I feel like I probably saw Renshor talking to them to just meet up with the group.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, I skim it really quick without getting all the information, and then once Eleanor comes over to us, I'll grab her and Renshor and pull us aside somewhere into a quiet corner. And I will show them this letter that I had received.
Ooh.
And I will read it to them. So I found this letter in my pocket that someone had slipped during the ceremony or as we were leaving. I'm not quite sure, but I just had gotten this a few moments ago. I know we have only spoken once, but I do not know who else I can turn to. I fear I am in grave danger. I have seen strange things happening at the library, and stranger still occur at Eleonore Manor. I hear strange voices muttering in the shadows, and I feel eyes following me as I traverse the streets. Something is wrong with my fiancé, and I fear his ill fate is to be next to mine. I am desperate. I do not know who to trust. From our conversations at the Fall Equinox Ball, I felt your kindness, and your commitment to the Ashen Order shows your bravery. Please meet me tomorrow evening at the Trove. If you can, come alone. I fear my fiancé watches me closer now than ever, and I will tell you all that I know. From Juliet Ketters.
It's a shame her fiancé won't make it to tomorrow evening.
What do you mean?
I saw you speaking to him.
I have.
Yeah, Renshor, I did. I kind of caught the tail end of that conversation. What were you guys speaking of?
I have convinced him, Ricard, that 1, I know, and 2, I'm on his side. I'm offering him assistance. He seems to be overburdened with the events coming up. And he is meeting me at a bridge tonight.
interesting. I thought we weren't going to let him know that we were on to his schemes, but okay, now he knows that you are.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Hambell or the Fanged Man hasn't told him that
Oh yeah,
we
I
are,
didn't think about that.
following the cult.
Yeah.
But perhaps, knowing that we got involved, you saw wisdom in what they wish to bring about. We know that Hera spoke of an equalizer and making the classes level. I don't quite know why Eleonore would wish that, as he is on top, but if he is feeling charitable, you could lead with that or lead with magic.
Yeah, I mean, they need me. They need at least a finger. So.
True. That's a brave move, Renshor.
Yeah, brave indeed. Okay, so you're meeting with him when?
Tonight. At 11.
Okay.
Perhaps it was a bad idea. I don't know.
No,
I just saw him and I was like, oh, this is a problem we can take care of.
If you can convince him, then perhaps we won't have to sneak to Cinderfall. You'll be guided, and Oriana and I can follow with the 2 cloaks in the shadows.
Oh, that's probably way better than killing him and dumping him in the river.
Oh,
your plan is to kill him.
I thought we just said that we wanted to stab
and dump him in the river.
I don't know. He's clearly the bad guy, right? So.
He is certainly involved in something nefarious.
I mean, that's one way to handle it, I guess. I wouldn't condone it.
If that is what you want, I think...
No, I mean, Renshor, you know that I will support whatever decision that you make here. I don't know if killing him is the right move for us right now. Like, I wouldn't want you to get in trouble or get caught or have to face any of the same consequences that we've seen happen to Hera.
If we plan it well, you will have to choose if you wish to convince him you're on his side or take care of him with other means. Because once you start attacking, there's not much else. Yeah. But perhaps you could speak to him and we could position ourselves. I'm quite good with the crossbow. We could try a multi-attack. You go
You
persuasion.
probably won't come alone either.
Oriana could protect you, and from afar, I could see what I could do. And that you just would have to have an escape planned. Or try simple persuasion, but if you think that taking him out would help us in preventing Cinderfall.
Perhaps I join him and see what's happening. I can kill him later. But I can't join him later if he's dead.
True, and we'll see. There's a good chance he doesn't come alone, and if he doesn't come alone, I would say do not attack.
Well, I would imagine he wouldn't let me know that he's not alone, much like you would be poised in the shadows with a crossbow.
I am quite insightful. Perhaps I could give you a sign. But it also seems like, well, I'm more positioned to agree with this attack if you would like it, from what Oriana has just revealed to us. If he is making Juliet feel unsafe in her home, I think that's further proof that he is not innocent.
Well, she would like to meet tomorrow with me.
Yes.
So maybe we don't go for the attack on Eleonore tonight.
Unless we are sure that we can make it.
Well, and let me get some information from Juliet and maybe see what she knows. And if her information outweighs Okanore's, then we can plan something. And so maybe you try to persuade him and see what information you can get out of him, and I'll see what information I can get out of Juliet. And by tomorrow night, we can make a decisive decision on ending someone's life.
He would probably be more likely to show up to the bridge a second time if he survives the first time, and perhaps alone the next time if you can gain his trust.
Yeah, gain trust and then kill him. But we only have 3 days. I mean, he might have, but he did say he was very busy, which leads me to believe that it's not ready. Like, whatever they need to do, they don't have it done. If we can,
well, they don't have your fingers yet, and if you're just gonna offer it.
Well, I wasn't gonna offer my finger.
But you could pretend to.
They're gonna request that of you, and you're gonna have to pretend that's a good idea.
No one else is missing a finger that we've noticed.
Well, they said they only needed a Tyrval finger.
Yes, but they didn't tell me that, to my knowledge. Like, they don't know that I know that.
I'm sure he might ask to see if you're truly in on this, if you'd be willing to sacrifice, let's say, a finger. For the cause.
And as long as he's not trying to take it right then and there, you could lie. Or tell him that you have to think about it because that sounds very painful and would permanently marry you for life.
Or I could get...
Well, I don't know if you should say you should think about it, because then if you have to think about it, that means the answer could also be a no, and then he's not going to want you just walking around knowing about the cult and not joining. Like,
I could tell him I could get him a different Tyrval finger. One that does not affect me.
That way is something more reasonable.
I think that there's many truths, Renshor, that you can give to him to make him believe that you're on his side.
I think this is, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have done it, but I think it's a good step.
I think it's brilliant.
Oh.
And I think, Oriana, that speaking to Juliet, I mean, is definitely the right course of action as well. I hope we can help her.
Yeah, I feel really bad that she feels uncomfortable. I really just thought she was in on it.
Yeah, I guess I kind of assumed that she might have been in on it too, but I only feel bad that I can't speak with her tonight. But she requested tomorrow, so I'm sure she will be okay and survive until tomorrow night.
Did she give a location meeting? Meeting location?
Probably. Yes, at the Trove.
At the Trove.
Perfect. Well, we should get back in there.
Yes.
Make our appearances for the evening. Would you like to meet afterwards, after the social? I know, Renshor, you said did you say you'd go alone, or did you ask just him to go alone? I don't think you should be fully alone, but...
Oh, you're not going alone.
Well, but, like, do we want him to think that you're alone or not?
I don't remember if I specified either way. He might not show up. I think it was implied, but I did not make it...
If Oriana is there, but out of earshot, I think that for appearances that is all well, and perhaps I could still be hidden somewhere to provide cover in case they do attempt to not listen to your persuasion and instead attack, kill you, and take your finger right away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could be good, and I could just say, like, she's my bodyguard, she is under the impression
or perhaps we could show up early at, like, 10 or 10:30 and find positions to hide so that you're already at the bridge before he shows up and we're already hidden before, so he doesn't see us, like, approaching.
That's brilliant.
At least I would want to be fully hidden, considering you were appointed by the high priest to guard him, and my appearance probably will not help you.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure with matters concerning this secret cult, he doesn't want a guard of the Ashen Order,
of course,
to hear this conversation, regardless if Renshor's fully in on it or not. So I should probably stay a little hidden too, but I will not be far.
Little sting operation. This is fun. Okay, To the social, before questions are raised.
Yeah. You guys enter the high parlor, and there you see the counts and the viscounts socializing. Eleanor, you clock right away that there's not a ton of viscounts here, as the separation between count and viscount. They know that they're less invited than the counts were to this, so not all of the viscounts showed up, but there's a good handful. There's a good chunk of viscount families, and you also see that the Watlands are not here, of course.
I would like to position myself, if he's here, near Fortest. I don't want to approach him, but I want to look approachable near him.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Give me a charisma, a straight charisma check for approachability.
Approachability. I like, before we go out, I'm like, Oriana, how does my hair look?
Oh, okay. And I like pull like the stray pieces out. I tuck a piece behind her hair. Oh, it looked beautiful, Eleanor. Beautiful as ever.
Okay. Charisma?
Yes.
That is 23.
Ooh. Despite
Very approachable.
Despite him reading a book and not like even looking around the room, you still catch his eye. He rolled a 19 to be engrossed in his book.
I like walk past him reading and then position myself so I'm like right within like his eyesight if he sees like across like.
That's perfect. And you see his eyes come up from his book before he goes back down, waits a little bit to try to look cool and look like he noticed you and not that you like just passed him and set him up, before he he makes his way over to you and just goes, Eleanor?
Fortest?
I have any news on from the Ink Tributary? I saw that there was the news stories posted today of the usual gossip throughout the city.
Well, there's always something going on in the city. I was hoping to receive correspondence from you at some point.
Yes. Correspondence.
We spoke about meeting up to talk more about our shared interests.
Yes. I have, again, been doing the only thing to stay busy in this boring city, but seems the library of Redvor Manor has little to offer me now that I've exhausted its resources. How about you? Have you found any new and exciting information in the city?
I'm not quite sure. I have been invested in some particular case. I believe that there are mages, a new cult forming.
A new cult?
Perhaps. At least not one that you had mentioned to me last night.
Well, I'm sure that I'm aware of much of the occult. Don't sell my knowledge short, Eleanor.
Of course.
But
Fortest, I must ask, do you know of any nobility like us who are mages? I had the most interesting visit the other day.
Ooh, give me a gossip check.
Shit. That's a 14.
A 14.
That's still pretty good.
Yeah. You see, Fortest goes, know of any counts that are mages? Can't say I know it for sure. And you watch his eyes move across the room, and on a 14, you see his eyes land on Count Lazarus Warwick, who the one that Renshor was talking to at the crossbows, as he claps his son on the back and is talking to some of the who would he be talking to? He's talking to the Stoneworths, and he has his hand around his son, and he's talking to the Stoneworth about something, and you see his Fortest's eyes fall over there before looking back to you. I have my suspicions.
I would hate to speculate, but I will say I ventured into the upstairs of Tellery the other day and saw something quite unique.
Getting into Lockwood's business, I imagine. I never knew it for sure, but I knew that she makes better work than I believed her fingers capable of. It would not surprise me one bit. The fact that she is involved with a cult, now that is gossip.
Well, I don't know if she is an active member of this cult, but have you heard of... And I'll lean in closer.
He leans in, meets you halfway.
When I was attacked the other day at the Temple of Ryan, I learned that there is the cult. It's called the Cult of Cinderfall.
You see his, with your passive insight, you see his eyes light up a little bit. Give me a persuasion check.
God, I can't fucking roll.
Did you beat a 1?
Yeah, no, I got a 15.
Okay. It was on a 9.
I can't roll above a 10.
I rolled a 19, and I was like, with his plus, it's going to be great. And then it to the 1. And I was like, oh. I was like, you got him hook, line, and sinker. He is in. And you see he goes, Cult of Cinderfall. I heard of Cinderfall, but I've never read of a cult association with it. What do you know of the cult? You said this is the one that the Temple of Ryan, the very same?
Yes, her name is, I don't know if this is public, but her name is Hera Harvester. She's a trial on the 6th for attacking me and my friends.
Well, that will give us something to do then.
You've heard of Cinderfall. What have you heard?
He goes, come over here. And he kind of walks with you, still in sight of everybody, but definitely more to a private corner. Just private enough that there could be gossip, but nothing scandalous.
Yeah. People probably suspect.
Yes.
A relationship, but not.
Exactly.
We're not fucking.
No, nothing. Yeah, not that scandalous, but people will talk.
They can talk about this.
You separate from the rest of the room, and he goes, Cinderfall, or Cienbor, as its native Moorish tongue, is sort of a end of the world story for the witches. Cinderfall promises fire and ash, darkness and death. It was said that the only thing that could break the reign of the witches, the witch covens, was the Cinderfall. I guess they didn't count on High Priest Wilmot waging a crusade against them. He certainly ended the covens all on his own. but the exact details of Cinderfall are hazy.
Well, that is interesting that a potential cult of mages are wishing to do something, to use its name even. I mean, I'm sure that there's witches still within the city. The Ashen Order does their best, but to bring about Cinderfall, do you think it would affect us as well?
Us?
Or just the city in general, if such an event were to be accomplished?
I don't know. That's a good question, Eleanor. The description of Cinderfall is quite violent, is it not? The blood, the death, the destruction. Apparently it's ushered in by some mythical warrior called the Nox. It's a legend of the Moors that comes and destroys everything. Like so like a world destroyer, this Nox. But it's always in relationship to the Moors. So much so that it seems from the reading that I've done that Cinderfall isn't even a guarantee or a singular event. From the readings I've seen, the Moors have claimed to survive Cinderfall in the past, before meeting Calorians, and had warned the earliest settlers of future Cinderfalls, plural.
Interesting.
So I guess to that point, if the Moors were warning settlers of Thalia about it, maybe it could affect. But I imagine that they would have to be, if you're worried about it affecting us, they would have to be witches in Darlington. I would be hard pressed to find. I mean, don't get me wrong, the legends of the Coven of Shadow, they could exist anywhere. They could be you or me in disguise. But
Frightening.
But I don't know.
Huh. Well,
Was this Hera that you speak of? She wasn't Moorish. She was a mage.
no, she was just a mage, I believe. She was a dwarf, so
Interesting.
likely not, at least not a witch.
I'm surprised. I almost expect more. Was she of the Ashen Order? Was this a plan to destroy the witches in the city?
No, she spoke of, well, class disparity. She believed that we, well, she didn't have a high view of the nobility in the town. Her husband apparently died working for one of the counts. A mine accident or such.
Let me see. Did you give Hera Harvey's whole name? You told him.
Yes, I did.
Okay. I'm trying to think if he would know. And he goes, well, I imagine that most of the commoners of Thalia don't think poorly of us, since we are better off. But
You think?
what can you say? That is the price that comes with being on the Prestige. We must serve the people that will look down on us.
I guess I had never thought of it that way.
No, but that is interesting. Give me another persuasion check, real quick.
22.
Yeah. He goes. You can see, like, you're just coaxing him to talk at this point. His thoughts just kind of roll. He goes, yes.
I think I've gotten as close to him as I can without creating scandal. You know what I mean?
For sure. Absolutely. And you see at this point, you can
Is
just
he
see the gears turning
what's
in his
his
head.
race?
What's
How
up?
much taller is he than me?
Uh,
Is he an elf or a human?
He is. I think he's a human. Let me double check. The red vor. Yeah, he's a human.
Yes.
Um.
Oh my god.
He.
Why I have big heels on. I probably reach like his chest area.
Yeah, he's not a particularly tall human. He's probably like 5'7", 5'8". And he thinks about it. He's really. You can see the gears turning. He's like, yeah, that is very interesting. As a class disparity. There's a lot of verbiage around Cinderfall about like laying the highborn low or bringing fear to the brave, hopelessness to the blessed. But it's always in the context of the witches, of course. They ruled the forest, and the Nox was seen to disrupt their grip on the Moors and on the depraved. But I guess if seen through the eyes of a peasant, it would seem that Cinderfall would target any stations of power, maybe pristine, enlightened, valiant, things and such. It's a heavy interpretation, but if you are poorly educated and simply angry all the time, I'm sure that's how peasants become radicals, and radicals become cultists.
Well, I look forward to perhaps future correspondence.
Yes, I'll do some more reading up on Harvester and Cinderfall. See if the Red Vor Library has any more to offer. And he's going to give you a wink before walking back to his parents. You see he whispers something to his father, gives his mother a kiss on the cheek, and then leaves, presumably to go right home and start. He's super excited.
Okay.
Got him.
You guys would make a cute couple.
I actually kind of like that couple. That's fun.
I do like that couple. I can see you guys hooking up. Eleanor, any chance?
Who's speaking to me?
I'll ask you. Eleanor, I know you're speaking with him to see what he knows, but you guys do look cute together. Is there any chance that you would, think of courting?
Well, hold on. Let me check my notes.
She has notes on all the bachelors of Thalia.
Well, he is quite cute, but he is also an heir, and I have no intentions of giving up my seat.
But he's also human. You may not need to.
He is
We'll
also
die
human.
first.
Wait, how does that work? If he would potentially retire from the throne, from the seat
countship?
before I would assume mine. I guess no, it still wouldn't work because of our kids. That's the biggest issue.
No, his
That our kids
chair
couldn't
would
inherit both.
his chair would pass down to his firstborn. You would inherit your mom's chair.
Yes, but his firstborn, if we were together, would also be my firstborn.
If the two of you got married, you would have to decide on which chair you're gonna fill.
Yeah.
And then the other family would have to find a new heir.
We only get one.
Or alternatively, if not, because I think you're both the only child. No, I think actually Fortest has another. He has a sister. So if you got married, you may actually get him to come. To give up the airship because his sister would take it, or alternatively, like the Quillen seat would then be open for a Viscount family to take to become a count.
I'm not giving up my seat. Well, but he is quite cute. I like the dark black aesthetic. It's
You also don't
different.
have to marry him. You could just court him. You could
I
even
was
get
also just thinking
engaged
that
and break it off.
a little fling would be fun. Renshor,
Sure you were
don't need to
thinking
keep
that.
jesting about it.
I wasn't jesting.
We'll see if he reaches out. I was quite forward with him about sending me correspondence for a date. I
Letters
thought he
don't
would.
work.
Yes, Renshor.
I mean, maybe they'd work on you. Everybody's different. Sorry.
I don't know.
Is Okanor, can I roll to see if Okanor and Juliet are anywhere in this room if they did pop into the social?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
11.
You do not see them there.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping they would be here. I was gonna try and speak with him, but
Renshor did that for us.
Yes.
yes, he did.
Sorry.
Are there any more
No,
people?
I still think that's a great plan, Renshor.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm glad one of us caught him before he dipped back into his manor. I thought he was gonna be here. So, good for you for catching him before the social.
Oh, and then I tell them everything that Fortest told me.
Perfect.
I might have told him to start the conversation, but
Good deal. Any more conversations you guys would like to have at the social, the Caldwell social?
There's no one I need to speak with. I think I'm just kind of lingering behind Renshor as he makes his rounds with his father, whatever conversations they need to have, but I will be done as soon as the tier balls are done.
I personally have no needs for conversations, but I'm sure my father may. But
how long would this event last? Like, do we have to dip early to try to get to the bridge?
No, it probably
I
lets
also
out
did-
at like. What was that, Jake?
what time does it let out?
It will probably socially acceptable time to leave is probably like 7:00, and then
Okay.
people like it is over the Caldwell's leave at like between 8 and 9.
Gotcha. Okay.
So perhaps we just go to, like one of our houses to try to plan our attack.
Yeah, I was actually hoping to pick something up from my house, beforehand.
Of course.
Yeah, as everybody reconvenes at the Tierwald Manor to plan a clandestine meeting with Rickard Okanor in the middle of the night, we will end tonight's session of City of Shadows.
And so many
we gotta give these
plans.
guys. We're gonna give them some time to plan.
Bold move.
I can't let you have time to plan.
That was really good.
I'm ready to go.
It's go time.
That's true. We're ready to go. I can meet him.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the players some time to plan. I definitely have this all
Okay.
figured out. I knew that he was gonna ask.
Sure.
I have this
Oh,
all.
of
I have it
course.
locked and loaded. So yeah, it's all good. But you gotta give your players some time to work things out. Yeah, but if you need to know how this meeting on the bridge between the Tierwald heir and cultist Rickard Okanor,
Alleged cultist.
alleged
Alleged.
cultist Rickard Okanor, Make sure you like and subscribe below so you know exactly when that next episode of City of Shadows hits YouTube. But until we meet again over another round at the Four Rings Inn.
Woo! Bye, y'all.